I have worked in the coffee industry for about 6 years now, and with that, I have learned that everybody has their morning routines and habits, but become an essential part of everyone's morning. Everyone loves their cup of joe as much as the next, but how does it affect the body? I've sparked a recent interest on how caffeine affects the body when I wanted to start living a healthier lifestyle, so I started by dissecting my morning and what portions I could cut out or add to. I started with coffee. For me, it's just a black cup of coffee with no added cream or sugar, so it didn't seem like an issue. But then I thought, what is the actual drug of caffeine doing to me? Whether you use caffeine or not, everyone has their reasons. Whether it leaves a negative effect such as rapid heart rate or other bad scenarios, or it is an essential portion of your morning and you need it to get through. Everyone loves their caffeine consumptions as much as the next, but does the amount of caffeine in coffee or an energy drink affect the body? First, I will share what is caffeine. Then I will explain the health effects it puts on the body, and finally, share the proper amount of caffeine you should consume. According to Elena Petrie's article on Healthline, it explores caffeine as a natural stimulant in tea, coffee, and cocoa plants that stimulates the brain and central nervous system to stay alert and not tired. It is a natural drug that grows in 60 different plant species. Medline Plus discusses how there is also synthetic man-made caffeine that's added to medicines, foods, and drinks. Examples such as pain relievers, cold medicine, and other over-the-counter synthetic caffeine, as well as energy drinks and energy-boosting gums and snacks. I've never thought of the different shapes and forms, whether it is just over-the-counter or doctor-prescribed. I had never looked into the chemical makeup of caffeine, but as I stated earlier, when I wanted to change things for a healthier living, I decided to research the drug I consume every day. During the research, I was able to find the effects it has on the body. In the article, What Does Caffeine Do to Your Body by Medical News Today, it explains the benefits and risks on the body. Whether you have not pursued what it does to the body because you didn't want to know and ignorance is bliss, or you just never really thought to look it up. Like most things in life, there are benefits and risks to it, but with moderation, it can be more good than bad. The article earlier states, caffeine may boost weight loss or prevent weight gain. A 75 milligram serving of caffeine can increase attention and alertness, and a 160 to 600 milligram dose may improve mental alertness and speed reasoning and memory. Caffeine can improve physical performance during endurance exercises, and caffeine affects receptors in the brain. Coffee also contains polyphenol antioxidants, and these too act on various pathways. The article covers areas of the body's potential benefits, but with benefits, there are also risks to caffeine. The risk portion of the article shares a high caffeine intake may worsen symptoms of anxiety and depression. People with type 2 diabetes reports that their blood glucose levels rise after consuming caffeine. There is also some evidence that caffeine may impair insulin action, leading to small but detectable rise in blood sugar levels, particularly after meals. Some research suggests that caffeine may reduce muscle activity in the fallopian tubes, which carries eggs from the ovaries to the womb. This could mean that there is a lesser chance of a woman becoming pregnant by about 27%. An additional intake of caffeine may trigger a gout attack in people with the condition. Consuming caffeine 3 to even 6 hours before bedtime can significantly disrupt sleep. With risks known, people obviously still take their chances. I myself am guilty of still consuming caffeine even knowing the risks. As I shared earlier, with risks and benefits, moderation can cut out the chances of experiencing cons. But in order to keep the moderation at a good level, you have to know the amount you can actually consume. The Mayo Clinic Foundation explains up to 400 milligrams of caffeine a day appears to be safe for most healthy adults. That's roughly the amount of caffeine in 4 cups of brewed coffee, 10 cans of cola, or 2 energy drinks. This fact seems surreal and like a large amount, but this was the number given across the board. But that's in natural sources such as coffee, tea, and cocoa. With the risks start to play a larger role in the artificial caffeine energy drinks such as soda and energy shots. Artificial beverages cross the boundaries of overconsumption, and that is where the risks begin to jump in. I am a black coffee drinker with 1 to 2 cups a day, but on occasion will have an energy drink. The energy drink is where I start to feel the risks, such as the rapid heart rate or jitters. Now that we have talked and became more knowledgeable about caffeine, we have covered what caffeine is and how it is a natural stimulant or can be artificially altered. There are risks and benefits to caffeine, such as how it can help with weight loss, brain function, and even physical performance. There is also the risks such as insomnia, gout, and a difficult time with getting pregnant. With the knowledge of the factors, safe and moderate consumption of caffeine can be helpful, and it can maintain its role in your daily morning routine.